What's up, guys? Welcome back to Adventure Boat. My name is Kelly. Here are the awesomest, coolest, newest, funnest awnings from Overland Expo PNW 2023. If you're looking for a t-shirt or just want to support the channel, check out the Adventure Boat website, link in the description below for a awesome t-shirt, just like the one I'm wearing right now. Enjoy. All right, guys, I'm here at Daylodge with Russ. And Russ, you've got something that I've never seen before for an awning that we're actually being shaded on right now. Tell me what you got here.
You know, I started building out a van in 2018. I was chasing powder storms and winter storms. We were chasing 2 inches of powder an hour at Mount Baker.
Nice.
And we're sitting outside, and inside the basils are buzzing. It's nice and hot. Everything felt great, except we're outside with our apres, and there's spin drifts coming onto our heads. So these two pro kiteboarders I'm with, I'm like, I'm going to take an old kite, and I'm going to make an awning I can set up so we can have a little bit of space right here.
Nice.
4 years later, I came to market.
And you know, I love the stories of the innovation, like where did this spawn from? And that's a great story. Like that's how things really get done, how things like this get made. So tell me, this is an air dam system, correct?
Well, this is actually a TPU line bladder system.
Okay.
That has a valve. One valve pumps up the entire awning.
Awesome.
Right?
Awesome.
And it's using proven manufacturing and materials that have already been proven in the water sports industry.
Okay.
So all I've really done is taken these particular proven materials, manufacturing techniques, and reapplied it to another category.
Excellent.
Vehicle awnings. I originally had done it for the van, so I have it on my ProMaster. But now I found that it goes on to trucks, it goes on to SUVs, it goes on to CUVs, it goes on to all types of vehicles.
All right, let's talk about mounting. How are you getting this on vehicles?
So there's two different mounting techniques. One is I'm looking for any type of already in place factory rack or top mounting point. So I need a top mounting point.
Okay.
If I've got that factory rack, I can tie into it. If you don't have that, I'm looking for something else, and so I actually made another product called Flex Mount. Flex Mount's a stainless steel D-ring. I sell them right now. There was nothing in the marketplace that could curve to the gunnels of a roof or the curvature of a roof.
Yeah.
So I had to come up with a really good product to be able to do a semi-permanent anchor. So I've been using flex mounts. I've used magnets. No good. They're going to screw up your finish on your vehicle.
Big wind comes.
Yes. So the wind, so don't use magnets.
Okay.
I learned that the hard way. My van learned that the hard way.
Oh, geez.
You know, suction cups can work. They can be okay, but they're still going to fail.
Yeah.
You know, it depends on types of pressures that are happening.
Yeah, for sure.
But then the next one that I was dabbling with were these 3M VHB tape. It doesn't screw up the finish, can be applied to all different types of surface areas. So that was kind of the go-to. So if you don't have a fixed spot to be able to hook onto it, such as a rack, then you can use the flex mounts.
Perfect. And you said semi-permanent. Now, what do you mean by that? Like, what would be the process of removing it if that case may occur?
So 3M makes this very high bond VHB tape. They actually have a tool for removing it. So all you're going to do is you're going to be able to, using some side of alcohol, I just use isopropyl alcohol.
Okay.
And I can just slowly put alcohol into it, and it's going to dissolve away the adhesive.
Right.
So I'm just literally, to take it off, which I've never had to take them off at once, but I'm doing it because I'm prototyping. And through my prototyping, I've been able to figure out what works, what doesn't.
Perfect.
So usually you're not going to have to take them off. You want to be well thought through where you're going to place those anchors.
Excellent. Yeah, it's kind of like a put on, hope to God that's where you need it, because that's where it's going to be.
Yes, yes.
And this thing looks really cool. Like I can just envision this, even if a big gust of wind did come, it's going to be like any other like awning or whatever that has air dam, where it just, not awning, I should say, like a tent, you know, that's, you know, they kind of like just kind of fold down and then they pop right back up when the wind's complete, right?
So back to Hawaii and Venice, I like to chase winter storms.
Okay.
It's windy, the snow's coming down.
Always.
I don't want to take it down in the evenings. You've heard the stories about awnings staying up overnight. I've heard a million of them.
Right.
But with this awning, all it happens is the snow starts to load up on it, it starts to load up on it, it starts to load up on it, and it just literally pops back into place.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's a resilient, flexible awning. You know what they say what the strongest tree is?
The one that's still standing?
Well, it's the one that flexes. It's not right.
That's
So the old adage is that the strongest tree is not the one that's stiff and strong.
Right.
You would think that it doesn't move and it doesn't bend. It has to flex.
That's true.
So what's great about these particular awnings is they flex.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to break. So when a wind comes up, it can just batter it. It can beat it around. It'll fold it down. And in the worst case scenarios, in a 40 to 50 mile per hour wind, it'll kind of get whopped up. But again, it's not going to hurt the vehicle. It's not going to hurt the awning. And none of us like to stand out in 40 mile an hour wind anyway.
That's true.
It's really just going to be a wind event that you're trying to prepare for in case your awning needs to withstand something like 40 mile an hour gust. Yeah.
Excellent. So are there any like accessories to go along with the awning? Like any like side, you know, like just shade or, you know, venting or something like side protection?
So that's a great question. You know, as I've been doing this for 1 year, I've figured out that the sun is not always overhead.
Right.
Right. The sun is usually going to be on some sort of kind of trajectory over the horizon. So I've got coming this August, I'm doing Annex. It's called Air Haven Annex.
Okay.
So the Annex is going to use 2 G hooks to clip into all these particular loops that you see on the awning.
Right.
And once you clip in, it's inflated too. It's going to be a 3-inch diameter struts, very similar type of construction and materials that the awning uses.
Right.
And then you're going to be able to put it this way. You're going to be able to put it on the side.
Nice.
So it's where the sun's at and where you want to create that particular space.
Yeah.
You'll use the Annex.
Configurable shade. Perfect.
Yeah, it's configurable shade.
Yeah. I love it. All right. And what is the price point on this?
So right now, this particular awning is the 5.5 by 7 feet.
Okay.
This is called the Air Haven 30. I'm calling it the 30 because it's 38 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah, so 38 square feet of shade for $699 retail.
Okay, perfect. And where can people find you guys' product at?
www.daylodge.com. You can also find us at Daylodge on Instagram.
Okay.
But the website's a good place to go to if you're looking to purchase.
Excellent. If you guys are in the market for an awning, this is a great option. And let me just ask you this. I didn't even think about this. The air inflation, is it hand pump, electric, and does that come with it, or is that an accessory?
You know, at the show, I had a bunch of pumps that I had bought just for this, but what I'm finding is that everybody has a stand-up paddle these days.
It's true.
So, or a raft.
Yep.
So this is using a high volume pump, not a high pressure pump.
Okay.
So we're using a particular cone valve. It's a high pressure with a stand-up paddle pump, just a normal stand-up paddle pump. It only takes 25 to 30 pumps to be able to inflate the entire awning. So just over a minute for me.
Right.
Maybe some people up to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're using a high volume pump rather than, but there are adapters I've seen for some of the low volume pumps that some of the Overland people will carry a compressor on board.
Yeah.
You can utilize these too, but you have to make sure that the restrictor is only going to 8 PSI.
Any more than that, it might be problematic?
Yeah, I go to 8 PSI, I leave room for expansion in the sun, like on hot days, so it's going to be able to expand when I need it to.
Yep.
So 8 PSI is good, it can expand above that too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, be sure to check these out. They're super awesome. Russ, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're here at Shady Overlander with Ashley. And Ashley, you guys have a pretty cool awning that, one, I've never seen before. Tell me all about it.
So this is brand new to the market. This is actually a prototype.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so literally the first time it's being displayed anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good,
new
because
product.
I like the good stuff.
So it's your traditional pull-out style awning.
Okay.
Except it's not a pull-out. It's technically a swing-out. So it's gas strut assisted, which means that the awning will actually deploy itself.
Okay.
So basically you open the bag under the zip, start moving one arm out, and it will then continue moving by itself, and then the other arm will come out on its own as well. So completely
That's really cool.
freestanding, self-supporting, and self-deploying.
Wow. Okay, so get into some specs. It's obviously windy right now.
Yep.
I'm seeing poles. Is this something to where you have poles as an option if it's super windy?
Yep.
Okay.
So it does come with a set of poles,
Okay.
or legs. Use them if you feel that you need to use them.
Right.
Guy ropes included as well. Use them if you feel that you need to use them. But typically on a maybe less windy day than we're having right now, you have no reason to deploy any legs. The only pole that we have on the awning is in the center, and that's just to keep the arms separated.
Okay.
So prevent anyone from walking, any super tall person walking in, bumping it in, something along those lines.
I gotcha. So if you were to like bump that, would it close automatically?
It,
or
won't,
is it...
it won't close, but
Okay.
it'll obviously take tension off, and then tension will come back on when the gas strut takes over again.
Gotcha. Excellent. Okay. Now, what are we looking at for weight on something like this?
Weight on this one, you're looking at about 56 pounds. So it's not super heavy, but it's not super light.
Right.
Most of the weight is in the construction of our panel. So because there's only 2.5 meters by 2.5 meters of fabric, the fabric portion is relatively lightweight.
Right.
But all the weight is in our back panel.
Okay. And mounting. This awning, what options do you offer for mounting to different racks?
So we have 2 L brackets.
Okay.
One that ships standard in a regular sort of L bracket with a brace on it. Another one that is a little bit of a drop down bracket, so it comes straight out and then it sort of sits a bit offset.
Okay.
So that allows you to drop the height just a little bit, so if you need clearance for getting into a vehicle garage, that sort of thing.
Right. Okay.
But then those will mount onto any brand of roof racks, whether you're mounting into a T-slot channel or mounting by drilling through the crossbar if there's no T-slot, or you can use our sandwich plates. So it'll ship with some sandwich plates as well, so basically it'll just go east-west and squash the bracket on top of the crossbar.
Perfect. All right. And what are we looking at for price on something like this?
So on this particular one, we're at 629 in a 2 meter,
Okay.
and 669 in a 2.5.
Okay. Now, are you distributing, obviously Australian company, correct?
Yes, so Australian company.
Okay.
We're a brand new company,
Okay.
but we have 12 years of industry experience from Australia and prior experience in South Africa as well. So,
Okay.
By no means are we someone that has just appeared overnight.
Obviously not. No one's going to come to the U.S. and be like, I want to make Overland canopies.
So look, a lot of experience
Right.
behind the team, a lot of research and development before releasing the product, a lot of experience in the space. As far as dealers go, we currently have no dealers in the US.
Okay.
We obviously have our own website, shadyoverlander.com,
Right.
where you can order from as of now. But we are looking for dealers across the United States, all 50 states.
Okay.
And that's something that will organically happen over the next couple of months. Obviously, today is our official USA launch, so
Nice.
it's a clean slate, and
Right.
everything is ready to
Well,
expand
welcome.
from here. Thank
From
you.
all of us here in the U.S. to you. All right, now I really want to see your other awning also. Can we go check that out?
Sure.
Cool. All right, Ashley, so this is something that I've never seen before. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, is this two like 180s sandwiched together?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. So what we've done is we've taken two 180 awnings and effectively creating 360 degrees of coverage by adding a filler panel between the back end and the front end of the 180 awnings. So basically it just
Wow.
velcros in
Yeah.
on either side, and it is adjustable, so depending on your rig, whatever size it is
Right.
in width.
Okay.
So it'll work on a mid-size truck like a Ford Ranger or the Colorado, up to your full-size trucks, full-size wagons, all that sort of stuff.
So tell me, like, what is the major benefit that you see from having the two 180s sandwiched together?
So a couple of reasons for it. One is to give you that ultimate coverage.
Yeah.
You can't get any more.
Lots of coverage.
You can't get more. So the benefit on the front is that it gives us shade over the cab.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's say you've been on the beach all day, or you've been out on the trails all day, and you've had your awning out, and you're sitting in shade. It's all wonderful, and then you climb in your vehicle, and it's hot as hell.
Yeah, and you burn your arm on the seat, the buckle. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So that's giving shade over the windscreen. So that's giving shade inside the cabin. Keep it a little bit cooler.
Right.
On the back, particularly with vehicles like a 4Runner or a Suburban that has a lift-up rear tailgate.
Yes.
A lot of 270 awnings, their second last arm will get in the way.
Yeah.
So you end up trying to sort of half open and
Yeah.
it's a
You're like,
little bit
open it
cumbersome.
up and then hold it so it doesn't scratch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
so this is a perfect solution for that.
That's excellent. You know, this is something that I think is a great idea that I've never thought of and never seen before. So kudos for you for like real being innovative in this space to come up with something brand new. So this is really cool too. Actually, I'm also seeing some really cool features on this. Like your lights look different. You know, I'm seeing like a bungee system. Tell me about these details that I'm missing.
So a couple of things that we've done differently to the majority of other awnings on the market. We have lights built into our arms, so they're not an add-on or a stick-on or anything
Okay.
along those lines. They are physically part of the arm structure. Instead of just using regular sort of guy ropes to tie the awnings together, that sort of thing, we use a rope ratcheting system, so it gets a lot more tension on the arms when we're getting it all fully opened.
Okay.
Our legs are built in, but as an add-on option as well. So the framework is already there for the legs. If you don't want to run the legs, obviously just remove them. They just bolt back in. They're not a permanent fixture, but they're there. The biggest thing that we do differently is with our back panel. So majority of awnings out there will have a extruded back plate, which is what mounts to the L brackets, and then their arms will mount directly to that plate. So they're utilizing that backing plate for mounting and strength. Ultimately, that doesn't really work. So hence why you'll see a lot of other awnings flapping around and a lot of flexing on the hinges because the structure's just not there to support it. So with ours, we run obviously the mounting plate on the back, but then we have an extruded panel on the inside as well.
Okay.
So we sandwich everything together, which gives us a lot more strength across the length of the awning. So very little to no flex in the arms. A lot of that will also come down to how it's mounted. So preferably you try to get your mounting brackets as far away as possible, closer to the hinges as possible. Which will minimize any kind of flex. But
I like it.
The mounting panel itself is extremely strong.
Perfect. That is very well thought out. Let me ask you this. Is there any provision for having a rooftop tent on this vehicle specifically, because your access is kind of on both sides. You don't have like a real way to open a rooftop tent that I can see.
Yep. So it will come down to the tent.
Okay.
Obviously, everyone's going in the clamshell sort of triangle style tent these days.
Right.
So you're going to have it with rear access. So typically, you're accessing from the rear of the vehicle. In this particular scenario where you've got the two 180s and you've got the filler panel in between, we do have an option to have a D-zip. So basically you can then run your ladder down under the D-zip, and then you've got access to go back up into your tent.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, that's the innovation. There you go. Yeah. Awesome. So what does something like this run? Like, is this a package where you have to buy both awnings and the filler panel, or is this each separate?
You can buy each one separately.
Okay.
Obviously, you're going to get a bundle deal if you do go and buy it all together.
Right.
But you can buy each one singularly. So you can buy a 180 awning today, and in 6 months' time, you buy another 180, and then you go,
okay.
you know, I don't want the full 360, but I do want coverage over the back. So you can buy one filler panel, or then buy the second one.
So what does each piece cost? And then what would be a bundle package price?
So you're looking at, we haven't decided on a bundle package just yet.
It's early, I get
it. Everything's brand new, so we're still working through a couple of little things. But as your singular pricing, you're at $9.99 for the 180 awnings.
Okay.
So obviously each, so $19.98 for the two, and then you're at $3.50 each for the filler panels.
Okay.
So we will run bundle deals where you can buy the two filler panels separately if you already have two 180s. Or the whole bundle deal where you buy everything all at once.
Right.
And we'll work on the finer details of that soon.
Okay, awesome. I mean, this looks super cool. Where can people find all your guys' items at?
Basically on the website, shadyoverlander.com.
Okay.
And obviously hit us up on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Actually, I am so excited. You guys have actually been super innovative in the awning space, because there's been a lot of new things come out. So good on you for making these things happen. And you guys got to be sure to come out. Check out their awnings. They're super awesome. You guys are going to be at Mountain West also, right?
We're on the wait list. Obviously, if this video goes viral, then we're going to have to put some pressure on the guys at Overland Expo and say, get us off the wait list.
Yeah, get us into a space. So, well, I hope you get there. You guys be sure, check out their website. If nothing else, go see their cool stuff, because it's really awesome. Ashley, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Cheers.
I gotta be honest, I didn't think there was much more innovation that could possibly come out of awnings, but once again, I was wrong. Shady Overland and Daylodge have just killed it with their 360 awning, self-deploying awning, inflatable awning. Everything out there is just so cool right now. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, help this channel grow. Looking for a t-shirt, support the channel. Link in the description below, and I will see you guys next time.
Experience in the space.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Excellent. Oh, let's just wait, there's a plane landing right now. Man, we are having all kinds of issues today. All right, once this plane goes overhead.
Yeah.
You know, it's great for you to really be innovative in this.
Thanks, Thomas.
We can get there, guys. God.
It's the little choo-choo train that could.
And as soon as that passes, there's going to be another airplane landing.